Hey Ed, this is a really great question. I am glad that you asked this. So here's what I basically did is I kind of keep in mind we do have an ad fix finder tool for book a call funnels. It's a straight book a call and a webinar funnel, kind of help figure out some numbers. So in below, I basically kind of go through some baseline numbers that we take a look at, right? So I give an example of, hey, let's use real world numbers at 400 bucks for $2 a landing page, and kind of list out here, hey, if 200 people hit the landing page for $2, let's kind of break it out, right? At 60 people, 30% opt-in rate means about 667 a lead. And you can kind of read through this here. What I decided to do is just make a really simple calculator that I'll give you access to. Just remember, go ahead and hit File, make a copy so anybody can use this. So let's just take a lucky guess here on a couple of things. Okay, let me show you how this works. We're only going to fill in the yellow stuff. We'll take a look at the orange. So let's say we spent $500. Actually, let's just use the example I gave before. So let's say we spent $400, and the yellow places is what you can change. So landing page visit cost, let's just say on average, let's just say it's $2, right? It's going to get 200 people to our landing page at $2 a click. We'll talk about revenue here in a second. Now, what I did is I came down over here for revenue per sale, and I just estimated it, let's just say at $1,000, right? So you'll see here that essentially what we do is we want to get 30% to opt in. So out of the 200 people that hit the landing page, that's 60 people. Cost per opt in, 667, gives us a revenue of $2.87, which obviously we would be losing money. Now, essentially what's going to happen is watch the presentation. So how many people actually opted in and then ended up viewing the presentation. Okay. How many people actually see the call to action? So let's just say the presentation is 30 minutes long, right? And 30% of people who attend the presentation actually watch it all the way to the end. And let's say a little call to action button pops up, and 30% of those people click the call to action button, which then 30% of those people who click the call to action button to go over to the lead form to fill out the, book a call schedule, about 30%. Let's just say the show rate's about 50%. And then essentially, let's just say you sell 1 out of 4. Now, if that's the scenario, here's what's going to happen. What sorry, I've been thinking a lot about Facebook. So what the funnel basically laid out is people right here, this is going to be an average, right? So because it's not a full person, so let me kind of actually break this out. There we go. So these aren't whole numbers. So the calculator is not 100% accurate, but basically what you can see is this, is the calculator estimates that out of all these numbers that we just talked about right here, I mean, you're maybe going to get a person to book a call or a show rate. So what ends up happening is, let's just say your average revenue per sale is $1,000. This calculator is just going to take $1,000 and say, oh, okay, well, 0.17 people bought, so that means we made $172. Obviously, this should be a rounded number just to zero, right, until it gets to one. So let's change these numbers up a little bit. Let me show you, in my opinion, a couple of the easy levers that you can pull. Okay. First of all, spending 400 bucks, you're gonna have to spend more on that. But even if we spend, let's just say $1,000, we still don't get close to that first sale. So either what we're gonna have to do is we can, we can either spend more money, but even if we put $2,000 into it, we're still not making a full sale. So what that means is our average revenue per sale would have to jump up to, let's just say, 1,500 bucks. Nope, let's just say $2,000. Still not making money. This would have to be, a package that we're talking about here is at 2,500 bucks. But let's just say you're selling at $1,000. Okay. Now, a couple of things you can easily pull what I like to call the KPI levers, right? Let's just say that we're going to spend $1,000. Okay. Let's just say we can get this cost per click to, let's just say $1.50. We're going to improve our ad creative, our click-through rate. We're going to improve that to as $1.50. At $1.50, we still don't have a full sale yet. So with these regular KPI numbers, now could we get the cost per click maybe down to $1.25 with really good creative? Maybe, but what I like to tell people is even if we have really great creative, the thing is we're still not even getting a full person to buy. So we're still not even break even, right? And it doesn't matter if we spend $5,000, the numbers still are not going to work out. So let's go back to that $1,000 mark. Now, a couple things you can improve. Opt-in rate. So if you can get this, so I'm going to move this back. This is to be a realistic number. Let's just say $1.50. Okay. So let's just say we take that opt-in rate and let's just say we get that opt-in rate to 35%. Now, this is straight up somebody viewing the funnel. So if we're getting a bunch of leads, of course you want to follow up with the leads as much as possible. But at 35% opt-in rate, we're still not seeing a break even yet. Okay, so we want to get a 35% opt-in rate here deal. So basically under $4.30 for a lead. Let's just say we can increase the percentage of like people who opt in, they automatically see the presentation right away. Let's say we can get it to 90%, right? 90% of people to show up for the presentation. Still not getting it there. So the big deal then is, let's just say we had a 35% opt-in rate, 90% of people watching the video. The next thing that we're going to be able to do is this right here. How many people wait to see the call to action? With a really good video sales letter or a good webinar, you may have over 50% of the people actually wait till the call to action. So let's change that to 50%. That's not uncommon with a good presentation, okay? So let's just change that to 50%. Now we are at break even. So a 35% opt-in rate, 90% of people actually hitting the webinar, and 50% of them seeing that call to action button pop up. So let's just say that 50% of the people actually stay to the presentation where the call to action says, come on, book a call. And let's say you were able to improve the clicks on how many people were going to click that button to go over to schedule a call. Let's just say you're going to improve that to 35%. Okay. That is getting us closer to another sale. Okay. Now what we're going to do is how many people actually book a call? So from the people who actually click on the button to actually book the call, well, let's just say that people have really watched this. They've really enjoyed watching the presentation. They've clicked on the link. And let's just say we get this book a call rate to 35%, right? People who hit that page. This really starts changing things. Okay. Show rate. Let's get that show rate to 65%. We're going to be sending out text messages, email, really following up here. Now we're doubling our money. And that's still selling in 1 out of 4 people. So what ends up happening is in my opinion, you have these different KPI levers that you can pull in here. I just kind of work right on down, right? Do I have my ad creative the best where I'm getting the lowest cost per click? How are we doing for our opt-in? Are people actually getting to the presentation? I mean, watching the first couple of seconds? Are they watching the entire presentation where they see the call to action? Is it interesting enough? Do they have a strong reason to click on that call to action button right now? And from the people who actually end up on the page to book a call, I mean, they've taken a lot of steps, they've watched a lot of stuff. What kind of social proof do you need to make sure that they're going to book that call? What kind of follow-up do you need, both of email follow-up, social proof, just to make sure that they show up? And then selling 1 out of 4 is great, or every other one would be amazing as well too. Now the other thing is, let's just say you're selling for something for $2,500. Oh my goodness! And all of a sudden you're putting in $1 and you're making 5. So you can kind of adjust all the different KPI levers here. This video turned out a little bit longer than what I thought it may be, but I hope this entire video helps you out, gives you some ideas, and good luck. Oh, by the way, here's all the conversion rates I guess I listed down below. Landing page to book a call conversion rate in this example, landing page to show up rate, landing page to overall sell rate. So hope that gives you a couple of different ideas. Let me know if you have any questions.